Hey my lovelies, and welcome to another Fill Me In General Energy reading. And if you're new to my channel, this reading can apply whenever you find it. It is timeless. It can resonate for the day, the week, the month, or even the year. But do keep in mind it will not resonate with all of you, so only take what resonates, leave what does not. Reverse the messages if that's how it fits your situation. And if you would like to check out your monthly zodiac readings, general love, finance forecast, or get a personal reading with me, you can find all those links below. Follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for guidance. And if you'd like to help curate the content that you see on this channel, as well as to receive access to exclusive readings, including 18 plus readings, you can hit the join button beneath this video or the join link to my Dreamer membership in the description box as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into your messages for this time. Before I started to record, I was getting Johnny Gill's rendition of Give Love on Christmas Day in my head, and there was an emphasis on the lyrics that say no greater gift is there than love. And what I got from that is whoever resonates with this reading, you're getting a very late Christmas present. It doesn't matter when you're watching this. I feel that if you're watching this toward like the beginning, more so like the first part of the year, I feel like you could be getting it really soon because Christmas would have passed. And if you're watching this more in the latter part of the year, I feel like your Christmas gift is going to arrive later than Christmas Day. Well, I would put quote unquote Christmas gift. And because the lyrics, no greater gift is there than love, what I channel from that is I got two messages. One involves a baby, and I feel that that's more for established couples. And of course, for the singles, this involves someone coming in for you that is your true love. Now, the baby channeling I got, if you are in a relationship, I feel that someone's going to be finding out. I'm hearing around this time that they are pregnant. And for some of you, it's going to come as a shock, like I wasn't trying. And others of you, it comes as a shock because you've been trying and nothing's been happening. But this particular time, I'm hearing it took. So for some of you have probably been going through IVF treatments. I'm speaking to somebody who has been going through some sort of fertility treatments, and this time it worked. And maybe after a bunch of failed attempts in the past. But either way, I get that you are either finding out that you're pregnant or you already know that you're pregnant, and I feel like you're going to go into labor unexpectedly. So you probably have you're probably expecting to get like induced or something on a particular date, on your due date, or you may have even planned to get a C-section on a particular date. I just get that this baby is doing what it wants to do. So you are, like, again, if you already know that you're pregnant, you're well into the pregnancy, you're at the end. And I don't feel like this is a premature situation. I feel that the baby will be full term, but I feel like the baby is not going to come on the date that you're expecting. Or I feel like for some of you, you have like a time frame that you're expecting the baby to come in, and the baby is like, nope, I'm not coming then. So they're either coming after that time frame or before that time frame. So yeah, if you already know that if you're already aware that you're pregnant, I feel like you're, in your last, I'm hearing last month. You're in the last month of your pregnancy, and I feel like you're going to go into labor very unexpectedly. I feel like you are going to be, you might be planning to do something out. You might be running errands or something because you feel like you have time. Like I feel like for most of you, this baby is coming earlier than you expected. Because I feel like you're kind of going about your day like, yeah, I can go take care of this stuff before the baby comes, and then all of a sudden you go into labor and you're like, and I feel like it may happen while you're out and about. Again, going back to the message, for those who are finding out they're pregnant, like I said, I feel like you're gonna find out through like your eating habits. Because I'm getting someone who like eats, like they're eating something, like they've eaten something, and it's something that they usually love, but it makes them throw up. So I feel like after that, when they throw up from this food that they usually eat, that they usually love, they're like, wait a minute, something's off about that. That's my favorite food. I eat it all the time. Why Am I throwing it up? Why is it all of a sudden disgusting? Like, why? Like, something is going to hit you. It may even come to your partner. Like, your partner might say something like, babe, are you pregnant? You know, like, I just get that there's something like you're going to find out through some sort of eating that you're doing that you're pregnant. And it's going to prompt you to take a pregnancy test and it's going to be positive. For others, for the singles, I get that there's somebody coming in. I feel like this person can't wait to come in. Like they can't wait to get to you. It doesn't matter whether they're aware of you or not. If they don't know you yet, I feel like they've been feeling your energy. This person is very connected to the divine. So they've been led this whole while and they've been getting a message. They've been getting messages all the while about like, you know, what's going on or what they should do, what they should work on. And I feel like they're going to get a divine nudge to say like it's time. And they're like, so if that is the case, so they don't know you yet, they don't know your face, I feel like they are getting a download that it's time for you guys to meet. So they're like really anxious to finally meet this person whose energy they've been feeling, this faceless energy they've been feeling. If this person knows you, they've just been watching you and waiting for the right time, and they feel like now is the right time for them to come in. And I'm hearing that this person is going to treat you like so amazingly. This person is going to make, like, they're going to treat you in a way where you feel like your feet don't touch the ground because they really, really do cherish you. This is a person who's been waiting, just as you've been waiting for true love, this person has been waiting for true love. They aren't going to take you for granted. This is not someone who's just going to be dating you for your looks or what you have. Like, it's the whole package and it's the energy that you share that this person is really, really going to value. Because it's something I feel like you possess a very rare energy. So does this person. But more than that, I feel like the energy that you're going to share together is very rare, like even more rare than the individual energies that you carry. And this person knows that they can't find this kind of match anywhere else. This is why they're not going to take this for granted, why they are going to cherish you in the way that they are. They I feel like when this person comes in, they're not going to know what hit them. Like, especially those who are meeting you for the first time. Like, when they see you in the flesh, like, actually get a face to match the energy they've been feeling, they're going to be blown away because you're even finer, sexier than they imagine you could be. I feel like the whole time they were feeling your energy, they were imagining what you look like. And they were able to kind of conjure like an image in their head, which will be like in their mind an ideal person. But I feel that how you end up looking supersedes that image. They're just like, damn, you finer than, I imagine you to be. And if this is someone who already knows you, who's been seeing you around and watching you, I feel like what's going to blow them away, like, yeah, you're fine, but they know that already. What's going to blow them away is like how cool you are. I feel like this person is probably imagining that you're stuck up or something, or that you're going to be hard to, not saying that you're easy, but I feel like you're a person that you go with the flow. When you don't go against the tide unless you have to. Like, if you set boundaries, but I feel like you're a very cool person effortlessly. So you don't have to. The thing is, like, you follow your instincts. So whatever feels good, whatever feels natural to you, that's what you go along with. That's why, because I'm getting like your energy is kind of like water, like it just kind of flows. And this person is going to be very surprised by that, like how cool you are, because maybe they're used to dealing with people who are like very much hard asses. Like they're difficult for no reason. They try to follow like a set. They try to follow like this kind of regimented way of being, like, oh, you have to do this for me and we can't do this after 3 days. And I'm not saying it's not okay, like it's something wrong with you all like setting standards and boundaries for yourself like that. But I feel like this person is used to encountering people who they do it feeling like, if I do or date in this particular way, I'm going to get this outcome. And then they get disappointed all the time because they're not going with the flow. They're not going with what feels natural. They're going based on what societal standards say, like, oh, don't kiss this person past, unless you've been on 3 dates with them, and don't sleep with them until it's 9 months into the relationship. It's like, it's just really like, I feel like they've been dating people like that. Like, you have to do XYZ and we have to follow this rule book of dating and with love and relationships for us to be a success. And this person doesn't move like that. This person moves like you. This person moves like they follow their instincts. So they're going to be very surprised that you are like them in that way, and that they don't have to like work around all these like strict rules and policies that you put in place. And it's gonna feel very good to them, like finally someone who really gets it, like gets what love and relationships are really supposed to be like. That's what they're thinking about you. Going back to those who are going into labor soon, I feel that this child, they're gonna come out kicking and screaming. It's something about the way this child is gonna come out is gonna let you know what kind of personality they're gonna possess. It could be that actually what I'm getting is that you may not have to push that many times. Like, you probably give 2 pushes and this child is out here, and it just shows like how ready they are to break into this world and like do what they have to do. Because I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, your child is here on a mission. They're not coming here to just be like another citizen in the world, to just be like everybody else. No, this child is, I'm hearing this person. So it's like this child is going to come into this world, and they're going to have like an awareness of who they are, like from a very young age. I feel like even when they come out the womb, there's like a very ancient consciousness they possess that I'm picking up. So you're going to have one of those children who, like a lot of like they said, the COVID babies, like a lot of them are very advanced. Like, they're holding their head up and they're only hours old. They are looking around like they're learning to speak, when they're just a couple months old, if that. I feel like you're going to have one of those children. Like, they're going to be very advanced and doing things like well ahead of the marker time, for babies to do things, like for them to talk, to hold their head up, to crawl, to walk, to roll over. Like, they're gonna be doing all of those things at like a bit, like way before the time that they're supposed to, based on like how they measure babies' growth. So yeah, but I feel like it's gonna start from the time they come out. Like, because I do feel that if you were um for those of you who are planning a C-section, I feel like you're going to be surprised that you don't have to have a C-section. This child is going to be born vaginally. And I feel like you're going to be like, thank God. Like, I really did not want to go through having a C-section. But I feel like the doctor told you beforehand, like, you're going to have to because the baby's not turned right, or, your canal is too narrow and the baby can't come out of there. It's just, they're going to say, I feel like a doctor has spoken to you and told you that it's impossible for you to give birth vaginally. But this child, like I said, is doing what they want to do. So they are going to come vaginally, almost to defy the expectations of them. They're like, oh, you said I can't come vaginally? Watch me. It's like your child is like, they have, like I said, this ancient consciousness. So they're going to be way ahead of time with like everything. Even when they're growing up in grade school, like honestly, some of you could be raising baby geniuses, because I feel like these children are going to be so super smart, super intelligent, and like I said, way ahead of time. Like, they're gonna be way ahead of schedule as far as like their mental growth. I'm also getting like some of you can have really tall children, like a really tall child. I'm getting that, and it may be odd because maybe there aren't many tall people in your family. There may not be, like, you and the father or you and the mother may not be that tall, and maybe like the your parents and your grandparents, maybe they aren't that tall either. But then this child ends up being like really tall, and I feel like that's gonna puzzle you a little bit. Like, why the hell is this child so tall? Like, when we aren't our genes aren't that tall. So yeah, that's coming through. Also, it's going to be something about this child, aside from the fact that they're going to be way ahead of time, way ahead of their time. Something about them physically that's going to stand out from the rest of the family. So I did mention that for some of you, this child could be excessively tall, taller than anybody you've known in your family. I'm hearing it's a very throwback gene. Like, and when I say throwback gene, I'm talking about like doing your family tree. You can't even trace back that far. Like, that's who this child would have picked up that trait from. I'm also picking up like a different color hair. I'm picking up like red hair, and maybe all of you have dark hair. Like, maybe that's like prevalent in your family, is like dark hair, and this child comes out with red hair or very light hair. I'm getting like sandy red hair. Could even be blonde hair. But yeah, and again, it's like a real throwback gene. They're picking up genes from like an ancestor you wouldn't even be able to trace. So you really are going to be puzzled, like, where does child come from? I mean, getting freckles, some of them could have freckles, and maybe nobody in your family has freckles, but it's going to be different for all of you. But I feel like this child, the way you're going to know that this is a child I'm channeling is because this child is going to have some physical characteristic that is very different than the rest of your family that the rest of your family tree that you're aware of. And you're going to be, I mean, it may even be like your partner would be like, is this my child? If you're the woman, your husband, your boyfriend, whatever, maybe like, are you sure you didn't step out on me? Like, because that could be like how different this child looks. Like, I'm hearing the child is going to be very attractive. They're just going to look very different than everybody else in the family in some way, along with the fact that they're going to be very advanced mentally. So yeah, they're going to be super smart, super intelligent, and they're going to look different. So they're going to be set apart from the time that they come out. Like I said, even the way that they're born, the way that they come out into the world is just going to let you know. It's going to give you an introduction of like, you in for a time, like you're in for a ride with this child. They're not going to give you trouble. They're just going to be like a lot to handle in a way of like, I don't know what to do with such a smart child, or such a tall child, or a child that looks like this, or a child who speaks like this. I'm also getting several languages, so your child could actually learn like multiple languages before they're 5. And I don't feel like anybody's going to teach them. I feel like they're going to seek this knowledge out on their own. Like, you could have a child who like goes and finds, like, I don't know, they might, because children nowadays, they have like cell phones, 5, 6 years old. So if you are one of those parents who allows your children to have like technology, even if it's just like an iPad, have allows them to have access to technology just in their free time, I feel like you will, because I feel like your child is not going to use it to, a lot of people are afraid of like rotting their children's brain cells, by giving them technology too early. But I feel like for you, you're going to feel like you have to, because it's something like a lot of things you're not going to be able to teach this child, because everything you can teach them, they're going to know like very early on. So you're going to give them access to learn more on their own. So I do feel like they're going to have their own little technology, but through this, they're going to seek out more knowledge. So I'm seeing like somebody, like a child who, I don't know if they're going to download. I don't feel like they're going to download those language apps. No, I don't feel like they're going to learn that way. It's like they're going to start to like watch movies with like foreign subtitles, or they're going to start to like watch, I'm getting like YouTube videos of people speaking in other languages, and that's how they're going to pick up the language, because they're going to pick it up in a very advanced way. They're not going to have to go through like, okay, this means the, and this is this is how you pronounce a in this language. Like, no, they just need to hear it, and then they can mimic it. But it's like the way that they'll practice or learn it is just by watching content in the language that they're interested in. I do feel that for whoever I'm speaking to with this child, or these children I'm picking up on, they're going to know at least 3 foreign languages outside of their native language before they're 7 years old. And I feel like they're going to learn more. This child is going to have, like, by the time they're grown, they can know like a total of like 12 languages. I don't, they're going to be very, very smart. Like, you're not going to know, you're like, how did this child come out of me? Like, maybe you weren't even that great of a student. Like, you could have been a C student at best. And this child, like, you have a genius coming out of you. You're just like, what? Like, where does this come from? Going back to the love story that could be starting, the late Christmas gift, that's a love story that's being born. The two of you are gonna get along like Thelma and Louise. I don't even know. I never even watched this show, but for some reason it's coming to me. Like, just think about two people who are like sidekicks, like Starsky and Hutch, Thelma and Louise, um, Batman and Robin. It's like you guys are gonna get along so well. Like, you're gonna work so well together. And I don't feel like you're gonna have to like learn how to be that way. I feel like from day one, when you guys start dating, everything just kind of like clicks. And it's just gonna confirm to both of you that this is where you're supposed to be, that this is always where you were meant to be. And it's just something about like the way you come together and the way you feel, the way you move together. You're always gonna know that God, like, number one, God brought this together. And I feel like even during the relationship, you're gonna know that God is like driving the two of you. Is God is guiding. It's like I'm getting like God is literally the like, imagine like a chariot, and imagine like a driver of a chariot, and imagine that you two are the horses. Like, God is the driver of the chariot and you are the horses. That you're gonna feel that kind of energy all the time. Um being together, like God is driving you all, God is guiding this. So even when difficulties arise, you're always going to feel like God got it. Like he's going to, keep us together, or he's going to like guide us to out of this situation, this difficult situation. Like, even if you bump heads really bad and it's a situation where you don't just, in your human mind, you're like, I don't see a compromise. God is going to make a way, because I feel like God is going to be very invested in this relationship. So it's not a situation where like you guys find love and like you praying to God, like, God, keep us together. It's like God is like, no, you guys are staying together. Like, even if you want to break up, you're not. Like, because God is that invested in the two of you. So yeah, it's just going to be a very beautiful union coming in. Like I said, it's a late Christmas gift. I don't know why that's coming in, but I feel like this is something that's tied to, there's a significance with Christmas and what you're receiving. Um, for some of you, you could have conceived this child. If you are finding out that you're pregnant, you could have conceived this child on Christmas and you're just finding out, especially if you're watching this when I post it. No, this is not going to post into the, this will be the end of March. So some people, it takes about a few months for them to know they're pregnant. So yeah, you could have conceived this child on Christmas and you could be finding out now when this video is first posted that you're pregnant, or whenever. If it's not that, I just get that something happened on Christmas. Maybe you all decided to have a baby on Christmas or around Christmas time. It's something, I don't know. I just get like this is a Christmas gift that's delayed. I don't know. I don't really, it's going to play out differently for all of you. But even when it comes to this love connection, I get that like something was decided on Christmas. Like something clicked for this person on Christmas that led, or it's going to, if you're watching this in the latter part of the year, something is going to click for them on Christmas that's going to allow things to move forward um, after Christmas time, like a month or two, or maybe three after Christmas is done. If this is about giving birth, I feel that something your child is very connected to the divine, and I feel like while in the womb they got some kind of instruction on Christmas. Like, they could have gotten more details about their mission or something like that, and so they have like a timeline of like when they're going to come and like the order of things. I don't know, like I said, they have an ancient consciousness. So it's weird, but there's a very strong tie to Christmas and what you're about to receive. Like I said, it is considered a very late Christmas gift. But you guys gonna be very, very happy with it. And like I said, that lyric that was coming to me, no greater gift is there than love. Like this is, it doesn't matter whether it's a baby or whether this is a part, like a new relationship that's forming. This is real love. Like maybe if you all have been trying for a baby, like having this child, finding out that you're pregnant is like the greatest, you know, um, representation of your love. If this is a child that's being born, like you're gonna fall so deep in love with the child, you and your partner. Because I don't feel a single parent situation, and I'm not channeling that at all. I feel like this is a couple raising a baby together. So this is not someone, if you unfortunately are, or I won't even say unfortunately, because maybe you made a choice to have a baby on your own. But I don't feel like this, if that is your situation, I'm not talking, this message is not for you. Because I feel like this child is being born into love. Like they're coming from love. And so yeah, it's between like love shared between two people. And even if you are the couple that's like newly coming together, I feel like this might, the baby storyline might be a future storyline for you guys. So it may resonate, but just at a much later date. But yeah, that's what I got for you guys for this filming and general energy reading. I hope it was helpful. Again, if you would like to help curate the content that you see on this channel, as well as to receive access to exclusive readings, including 18 plus readings, you can hit the join button beneath this video or the join link in the description box to join my Dreamer membership. If you'd like to check out your monthly zodiac readings, general love, finance forecast, or get a personal reading with me, you can find all those links below in the description box as well. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Serene Dream Things for guidance, and I'll be back on more readings, lovelies. Bye.